So Tom, if you're sitting in your home, it's say it's a modest size home, but you and your partner are thinking of starting a family, what confidence can people have that they can sell their home and not pay over the odds for something bigger?
Well, upsizing is all relative in the market, as in you'll be in a 2-bedroom house which is worth a couple of £100,000. You'll take into account that to add a bedroom is going to cost you about £20,000 more. So you relate that back to what you can afford in your mortgage. And then you treat yourself like a buyer and also your own buyer. So how much is a buyer going to pay for your house, which then reflects on how much you can then pay for your next house. A buyer's not going to pay more or above the odds for your house, so therefore you're not going to pay more or above the odds for the house you're going to buy. And I think that's where a lot of sellers tend to go wrong, in that they think that they should get top dollar for their property, but not pay top dollar for the property that they're buying. So to give you a bit of confidence, it is all relative to the property that you're moving from and to. So whatever you're going to get for your property, add a room is normally and generally speaking a set amount based on where you are for an extra bedroom.
This question concerns interest rates. We hear a lot about interest rates potentially rising soon. In fact, you had it in your Tom's Take predictions a little while ago. What would this mean for someone looking to sell their house and buy something bigger?
I do think there's going to be a rise. I don't think it can continue at the current rate, but I don't think it's something to worry about either. I genuinely believe that, again, people are going to start looking into their current mortgage. So you might have a mortgage that you're paying £500 a month for. With an interest rate rise, that might go up to, for the sake of conversation, £550 a month. You might already think, well, I can afford that. But if you can't, there might be a chance to remortgage the property. You might be coming out of your fixed rate, so that you can start revisiting that. There might be some great deals on offer, because generally speaking, if the interest rates rise, new mortgage products come out, so that the mortgage lenders can try and attract new customers to say, look what we're doing. We're not going to get battered by the mortgage rates and so on, and neither are you. So it's always worth, if interest rates go up, have a look around the market. Don't go direct to your mortgage lender, because they're always going to be the most expensive. Go to a broker. I should probably say Pink Street Mortgages would be a good way to go. But it's always important to get an independent, because they can look at every single mortgage that's on the market, so they can come away from your bank. They might even be able to get you a cheaper rate with your current bank. But the point is, if interest rates do go up, don't worry, because there's a better mortgage out there for you.
A question with specific regard to Portsmouth. What is the housing market in Portsmouth like at the moment, and particularly the surrounding areas?
Portsmouth is a fantastic property market. You've got a great mix of excellent investment opportunities for buy-to-let. There's lots of development opportunities here. You also, as a standard residential property market, you get a lot of property for your money here. But look, we're not going to compete with the likes of Liverpool, Manchester, Yorkshire, that sort of area, because we're down south, we're on the south coast, we get the better weather, we've got the seafront, it's all good. But look, let's face it, down here, you can go and live close to the seafront, and you can get a really nice, big 2 or 3 bedroom house for a couple of £100,000. It's still a couple of £100,000, but, let's face it, that's a lot of property for a little bit of money, really, within an hour and a half of London. So actually it's a great market. It's buzzing as well. Traditionally it's a working class city, which means that you generally, again, you get a good range of property values. So for an example, you can buy a nice flat in an urban area for around 100k, but you can also get a flat for around 300-400k. So it's a cracking market, lots of variation, lots of different types of properties. There's a lot of Victorian properties in Portsmouth as well. Well, technically they're Edwardian, but when Queen Victoria moved on, her architects were still Victorian, so I call it Victorian. But the reason I say that is because there's a lot of big properties, big 2, 3 bedroom houses with 2 reception rooms, big gardens, great lofts for converting. So yeah, the Portsmouth market is buzzing. There's lots to buy, there's lots to sell, there's great properties, good variation, and you get a lot for your money.
And I suppose that particularly because you not only just deal with the Portsmouth area, but it's the wider area, the Cosham, Hilsea, Waterlooville. I suppose they have similar kind of traits to them, don't they?
Absolutely. So there's a lot of new developments in Waterlooville, for an example, and Cosham, Drayton areas, they have really popular schools over that way. And also Drayton specifically is a very popular area for what I would class as second-time sellers, so families, the 2.4 children that want to go to the schools in the area, but they're not too far out of the city to be disconnected, but they're not too far into the city to feel swamped. A lot of people that move to Drayton come out of Portsmouth to move there. Same with, again with Havant, there's a lot of newer developments, there's a lot of good properties that you can buy for not a lot of money out there. Hayling Island, it's another excellent location. You've got beautiful scenery in Hayling Island around the Billy Trail and that sort of area, but also you have a real good, what I would class as a more popular market where you can get maybe a smaller house, less parking, but for a less price. Same, Fareham and Gosport, almost unsung heroes of this whole PO postcode really. Gosport is a buzzing market, loads of properties over there, good value. You can get a 2 or 3 bed house for around 170, 180 over that way. Fantastic. It's a good community over there. You tend to find that people in Gosport tend to move around in Gosport a bit. Fareham, some great schools in Fareham, certainly over towards the western side of Fareham as well. It's a very popular area there too. And Fareham's got a really up and coming high street as well. I mean, it's been developed a lot. You've got some of the big names there, so that generally attracts people to the area as well. And Portsmouth University, let's not forget Portsmouth, central Portsmouth. It's quite condensed, but again, you get a lot of property for your money. And then Southsea. Look, I'm a bit of a Southsea fan, I must say. You get great houses, great flats. I love the seafront, I love the seaside. But Portsmouth University, it's absolutely buzzing at the moment. It just means that you attract a lot of people for employment and also students that come down and gain their qualifications at Portsmouth University. They're going to hopefully stay, which means that Portsmouth as a city gets more professionals, more graduates, more qualifications down here, which means more jobs and, long story short, it's a cracking postcode to work in.
Now, if I can go back a little bit to maybe a bit more of a basic or obvious question, but why does a hybrid estate agency such as Pink Street make sense for people in today's market?
Look, everybody really, in my opinion anyway, everybody really wants that high street company or that high street service. You want that local person who knows the area, knows you, knows your house, knows your road, knows what the parking's like, knows what the traffic's like at certain times of day when Pompey are playing at home or something like that. Everybody wants that local knowledge. Everybody wants that guidance, that person or that company who are completely set up to manage every single aspect of the sale from start to finish. Things like, even from the initial valuation, not just an online valuation, someone who's going to pull together all of the evidence from throughout history about your property, about that current marketplace, about the buyers, the demand, everything that's going on. The valuation is a professional valuation from someone who knows the market. Then the viewings, you don't want someone who doesn't know what they're doing to show people around your house. You want someone who knows that house, who has been with you from the start. And then if any problems come up, someone who's going to jump on them before they really happen. Someone who knows how to tackle obstacles and so on. But most importantly, I think, once it's sold, someone who's going to take that sale from the negotiation of the offer, sale agreed, all the way through to completion, because that's the part with the most hurdles. So I think that the market is heading more towards an advisor, consultant type role where your estate agent is someone who is right near you, who knows what they're doing, and can take you from start to finish every step of the way, that you can contact at any time and we'll speak to you at any time. However, to get that service at the moment, you have to pay through the nose for it, because you have to go to the high street estate agents and they'll charge, well, whatever they charge nowadays, whatever they want to charge nowadays, you know. So what we've done with Pink Street is we've created that full end-to-end service of the high street, the local knowledge, the skill, the management from start to finish, and we provide that for the price of the online estate agents. Because really that's the benefit of an online estate agent, isn't it? It's someone who's cheap as chips, do it all yourself, but I don't think people really want to do it all themselves. I think they want someone to do it for them, and they want that service for a fair price.
So Tom, why is Pink Street perfect for homeowners looking to upsize?
Well, first of all, you've got to say that Pink Street are local. That means we know where the places are that you can upsize to. We can help you find a place as well as sell the place that you're in right now. And we can look after that entire process from start to finish. Look, we don't get paid until the job's done. So that means that our incentive is to reach the highest price for yours and also help you move into the next place too. So if we can find your property and sell your property, that is the dream for us. All of the staff know the area, everybody's local, they know exactly what they're doing, they're qualified, they're highly trained, but most importantly, they're incentivised to look after every single part of the sale process. You'll always have someone to go to. We have highly proactive communication in that we want you to know exactly what's going on at every single step of the way. Even if there's nothing to update you, we want to tell you that there's nothing to update right now, because that might be a good thing. But most importantly, we'll take care of the start to finish element, but we're cheap. It's a fair fee.